I'm Eli Saladino.
And I'm Adeline Kahn.
Welcome to the Walden Lake Elementary Morning Show. Please pause for a moment of silence.
Thank you.
Today is Tuesday, March 11, 2025. On this day in history in the year 1888, a massive blizzard hit the East Coast. Considered one of the worst in American history, the storm dumped as much as 55 inches of snow in some areas and caused the death of over 400 people. At the time, about 1 in every 4 Americans lived in the area that was impacted by the Great Blizzard of 1888.
Here's Adeline with today's weather. The weather forecast for today is sunny with a high of 32, a low of 51, and a less than 10% chance of rain.
March's core values cooperation. Cooperation is working together to do more than you could have done alone.
This week's science vocabulary definition is rocks that have been changed by heat or other causes. Submit your answer to Miss Bernal by tomorrow afternoon for a chance to be this week's primary and intermediate science vocabulary champions.
Words are very powerful. You can show kindness to others and be a positive influence through the words that you use today. What will you say to show kindness today?
Here's your joke for the day. Where does a snowman keep his money? In a snowbank, of course.
Did you know during the Great Blizzard of 1888, snow fell from 10 to 58 inches in parts of New Jersey, New York, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, and Connecticut? Winds of more than 45 miles per hour produced with snowdrift in excess of 50 feet. Unbelievable.
Today's lunch is crispy chicken sandwich, spicy chicken sandwich, baja carnitas, pork nachos, ultimate layered bean nachos, popcorn chicken salad, lettuce and tomato salad, layered bean dip.
We would like to welcome Miss Field to the show today.
Good morning, Eagles, and happy Tuesday. All right, so I get to announce one student's name today for getting added to the Reading Wall of Fame because they completed a primary reading challenge, and that is Salma Offman from Miss Fernandez's second grade class. And I know she's been working really hard to finish that reading challenge. So congratulations to Salma from Miss Fernandez's class, and look for your name on the Wall of Fame. I added it first thing this morning. All right, so our current science vocabulary champions, I have to refresh my memory now, from last week were Mrs. Coton's class for primary, and intermediate was Mrs. Cameron's class. So congratulations to you guys. So now everyone is trying to think of what rocks that have been changed by heat, pressure, or other factors. What kind of rocks have been changed by heat, pressure, or other factors? That is the science word definition this week. And I know that that's something all of you guys can think about. All right, so we'll see who we get to add for that. Okay, we're going to move on to this week's newest attendance champions, and this is for having the best attendance last week. So for kindergarten, who's my well, I'm going to let my two friends because they walked all the way from this teacher's class. Who's your teacher?
Miss Duncan.
Miss Duncan's class is had the best attendance for kindergarten last week. And tell me your names. Spencer and Anila. Did I say it right? Anila. Thank you guys. So you guys have a seat. Congratulations to Mrs. Duncan's kindergarten class. All right, come on up here. I've got Jacob. Leave your stuff there, Jacob. And you have to tell me who your teacher is. I'm not going to reveal it yet. Come on up here. Who's your teacher?
Miss Freeze.
Miss Freeze. Miss Freeze's class had the best first grade attendance last week. Thank you, Jacob, for representing Mrs. Freeze's class. Go have a seat, buddy. Yay. All right, for second grade, I've got Emily coming this way. And Emily, who is your teacher? Mrs. Tarr. So congratulations to Mrs. Tarr's class. And Emily, I know, is super, super proud to be representing Mrs. Tarr for having the best attendance last week. Thank you, Emily. Have a seat. All right, from third grade, I've got Sage. Come on up here, Sage. And if my fourth grader will come kind of stand on the edge there and be ready. All right, come here, Sage. Who's your teacher?
Miss Warren.
Miss Warren, look into that camera. Give a big smile right there. Congratulations, Mrs. Warren's class. You guys have been the third grade attendance challenge many, many times this school year. So awesome job. Thank you, Sage. Have a seat. All right, from fourth grade, I've got Layla. Layla, scrunch down a little bit. You're tall, girl. Who's your teacher?
Mr. Coletti.
Mr. Coletti, and I know, Mr. Coletti, your class has been amazing. So, Layla, thank you for representing Mr. Coletti's class for having the best attendance for fourth grade again this week. All right, I've got my fifth grader, and Liliana is going to scrunch down a little bit too. She's tall and beautiful. Who's your teacher?
Mr. Marandino.
Mr. Marandino's class. All right, thank you, Liliana. And I know Mr. Marandino's class, you guys have been the attendance champions for many, many weeks as well. So congratulations to Mrs. Duncan's class, Mrs. Freeze's class, Mrs. Tarr's class, Mrs. Warren's class, Mr. Coletti's class, and Mr. Marandino's class for being last week's best attendance champions. All right, you guys ready for our Beat the Bell number? All right, let's see who it is. Our Beat the Bell student for today is student number 2. Student number 2, congratulations. You are a Beat the Bell winner. I look forward to seeing you guys in the Media Center at about 9:15 today. Have an amazing day, Eagles. Don't forget to read, read, read. Back to our anchors.
Thank you, Miss Field. Please stand for the pledge.
Attention, salute, pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
This has been Eli Saladino